Atlanta's #1 hip-hop station, Hot 107.9. Miss Shyneka right here. And ATL, we have a very special guest in the studio right now. Very near and dear to my heart. I love me some Lloyd. Man, it's been a long time since I seen you now. We got to discuss a whole lot of things. How are you?
Man, we're going to get into it, Nick, but something missing. I just got to adjust my wardrobe here.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
I heard
now we can talk.
I heard that you crossed that big stage.
Yeah, I just graduated last Thursday. Got my GED.
A long time in the making, huh?
Yeah, it actually has been. And the music actually was there for me, but I always thought it was important, and I had a lot of encouragement from my friends and my family. And I thought, well, if I'm not going to be out there putting out music, I might as well do something for myself. So, yeah.
Yes, I'm proud of you.
And it's kind of fly, too. So I might wear this at Birthday Bash.
Hey, don't burn up in here with that on.
I'm hot. I'm taking it off. Yeah.
All right. Well, I am definitely proud of you. How long did it take you to, finish the program?
It took about 2 months at the most.
Okay.
And that's just because I was traveling on the weekends. But I found a really cool program. I went to visit a movie set that Ice Cube was filming down at a school in Decatur.
Okay.
I happened to be connected to an adult learning center.
All right.
And just kind of being there, met the guy who runs the center, and he told me if I come by Thursday, he'll sign me up. I'll be out of there in a month with my GED, and that's really what happened. So
look at God.
Big thank you to Dr. Price and Miss Deborah over there.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, definitely. You got that out the way. What's next?
Well, I've been looking at it like this. When I first came in, I had nothing.
Right.
All I had was the love for the game and the people to support me. And then some kind of way along the line, you start making a little money, you get a little recognition, and then you're not with the people as much anymore because the money buys a gate for your house and the security to protect you when you're in large crowds, and you just kind of feel kind of disconnected. You feel isolated. And I just remember my happiest times was when it was real personal and it was a direct connection with the people who I was doing it for. And with the music, I think that I had to go and find what that meant, what that sounded like, what it felt like.
Right.
And I would hope that the song would kind of be self-explanatory. That's really what came about. Just kind of wanting to have that same rawness, that same emotion in the music, and I'm just really thankful that y'all accepted it. And
I think you definitely did your thing, because I was like, Lloyd got a new song, and then J1 was like, yeah, it's hard too. I was like, okay, and then I put it on, and I was like, whoa, he is going in grown man style.
Grown man style, as they say. Yeah.
Because you were like, how old were you when you first came out, Lloyd?
Well, I've been making music since I was 10. I signed my first deal when I was 10 with Warner Brothers, and I put my first album out when I was 13. My first solo album came out when I was 17, 18, fresh out of high school.
Right.
Yep, just the quintessential going down the wrong path, but so much talent, and met the right people at really the right time.
Right.
And then just kind of found a calling that took me out of the streets, and therefore I could never really leave it. No matter how much time I want to spend with my family, no matter how much education I want to attain for myself, I could never really leave it, because it really is the biggest part of me. And I just knew that being away for so long, that I had to do something that meant something bigger than myself. And I think that's why it's so personal and it's so soulful. And
definitely. I know you making your mama proud, especially with that gown right there.
Oh man, she cries. I think every time she's seen me for the past 2 weeks, she's cried. With hearing the song for the first time,
her baby,
seeing the role for the first time, just a lot of tears over there, man.
Your gown, your new single. Lloyd, sometimes you do take breaks. We be like, where is Lloyd pumping out this music? I know we don't really want to go exactly into detail with what exactly goes on with these label situations, but what is something that really prevents you from, having a good situation with a label?
Well, a lot of times I think it's yourself.
Okay.
I think people get in their own way, because they don't have the experience that they had at the end of, coming out of the relationship, they come in, they're a little wet behind the ears. Sometimes, it could be the people around you,
Right.
that matters. Me personally, I never thought that the label made they don't make the music, so they don't necessarily make the artist.
Okay.
But I also do believe that there is no time in this where Lloyd is an individual. He is always a part of a bigger unit. And a lot of times, just kind of realizing that everybody has to work together, be on the same accord, and all it takes is for one little miscommunication or somebody to not really be passionate about it enough for it to all kind of fall apart, if you will. But again, it's 2016. There's more people out now than ever that's kind of taking their own path.
Right.
And kind of being their own label in a lot of ways. I mean, you could produce your own material, you can record your own material, and the only thing that you can't do is kind of reach the people, like radio does. But I'm not sure it's so much of a label thing as it is an individual thing, and kind of how people get in their own way sometimes.
Right. And this guy over here, where is he at? He's been with
Big
you
J.
like for
Jaspo,
for
man.
quite some time.
Yeah, fast, sexy, fresh. Believe that.
He's been holding you down?
Yeah, man. That's my day one, man, for real. And even me and Jay coming into it, I think that we were really lucky and blessed to have individuals around us that really loved what they was doing. They really loved music. It wasn't about the money. It was about the music. It was about, reaching each person through the message. And here we are still at it. And a lot of times we hook up and we think about how we still in the game and how just that alone is a blessing.
Bruh, you always come back with like a big smash. Like for real. Do you ever get nervous that you aren't going to be able to do it like this time?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Say I'll get nervous, but I do believe it's a solution there. And I think it's half will and half luck. Just kind of, being at the right place, being with the right people, having the right conversations, all of that kind of goes into it. And, for me, I just always kind of keep the faith that if you just kind of stick with it, it's always going to come around, And then a lot of times you get in, your first thing takes off, and you kind of forget that your first body of work was a culmination of your whole life up until that point. So little did you know, it probably took 18 to 20 years to actually get that song together.
Right.
And now you got to get a song together every 6 months. That's just as good or better. So, I'm not a time guy. I think that it's always on my side.
That's right.
Yeah.
Of course, we're not used to seeing all this hair on your face. The time before last, I guess you had a new look. You cut your hair.
Yeah.
And then before that, your hair was just, long and pretty. And before that, it was something else going on.
Yeah.
You like to switch it
I
up.
tried it.
How are they liking the new look that you have?
I tried it. I tried to cut it off and do the new Lloyd, quote
Right.
unquote.
You did.
But I felt like something was missing. I just didn't feel like myself. I felt
hair was missing.
naked or something, vulnerable or something. So I think that it's more of a symbol of just being so comfortable, like with who I really am, and it's just me, man. And I think a lot of people kind of felt the same way. Like sometimes you could feel it. You don't have to say it, but you could just feel like, man, that he trying something right now, but hopefully he'll get back to what we love him for, kind of thing.
I heard you had a popping song in the UK. It's called Closer.
It's called Closer. Yeah, we put it out a week before we released True.
Okay.
And it's me featured on a guy from London's track. His name's Guy Furious. We put it out on SoundCloud, and I'll tell you this, Nick, this is the first song I ever participated in on SoundCloud. I didn't have a SoundCloud until last week when I put True up on the SoundCloud, and in less than a week's time, the song had 1 million plays on SoundCloud. I don't know from where or how.
How did that happen?
I guess it's 1 million people in London that's listening to it. But
Right.
Man, I just thought that was kind of cool and amazing, and it's a great song. It's a great song. Yeah.
Well, I definitely got to listen to that. I'm sure my boy Jason over there going to play it for me.
Believe
Give Jason some shine, Glenn.
Yeah.
Give him some
Yeah. You got to turn the strobe light on when you listen to it.
Yeah, you know
though.
what I'm saying? Turn on the beam. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. Well, man, I know you're gonna be at this birthday bash,
Yeah.
and I can't imagine how crazy these girls is gonna go when you hit this stage. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
I think I might go crazy, man.
Are you ready for this
I'm so
birthday
ready,
bash?
man. I'm so ready. I can't get no readier. And that's not. And look, this coming from somebody just graduated. I can't get readier. Look,
Oh
Nick, the
man.
first time I remember growing up, Birthday Bash was the pinnacle of Atlanta music.
sure
It was
was.
the
Sure
pinnacle
is.
of anything that mattered in music culture here in the city. And for me, the first time that I got asked to be a part of it, I was asked to be a part of the block party. And I remember I was so mad. I was hot because I was hot 107.9 because I wanted to be
Tell
on.
him, Lloyd.
I
Look
wanted.
right
I
in the
wanted.
camera and
I
say,
wanted.
he
I
was
wanted. I was
mad.
hot. I was hot, man. I was hot 107.9. Look, I was so into it because I wanted to be next to Jeezy and Tip
Right.
and the guys who I was working with on the records, and I wanted to kind of absorb their energy, and I felt like I was kind of reduced to a more safer crowd, if you
Right.
will. And then I realized that it was for a reason. It was because it is such a big deal, and why not have an opportunity to do something that's related to it, but not quite it, so that when you do get the call, you know what to expect, you're kind of ready, and you can really show out. And then the next time, I was asked to actually be a part of the stage, and you and me both know that Atlanta is hip hop driven,
Yes.
really at the heart and soul of the city, man. We love our street music, and to be a part of such a big concert that is so evolved around the streets, to be one of the only real rhythm and blues acts that could touch the stage, I always took a real honor to that. So this year, I'm gonna really try to go all out and make it exciting.
You got hits, Lloyd.
I got a nice.
got
I've
hits.
been on the catalog growing. That's what I call it. That's why you ain't seen me, because until I really get inspired to really want to put everything into it, what you have to do in order to really be successful. You got to really do everything you can. I just kind of was like, well, until I get to that point, I'm just gonna do a catalog run. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just do all the oldies but goodies. But I start getting tired of doing them songs, so I had to put the new one out. And if I crack at the end on a big note, don't be mad, because I never sang it in front of people yet. So
Really?
this is gonna be the first time I ever performed it.
Well, you better practice. You better not crack.
I know
now.
it, right?
I'ma be like, me and your mama gonna be real mad about it. All right, so I gotta ask you a question. It has nothing to do about you at all.
Okay.
All right, recently Prince passed away,
Yes.
and there's this
May it rest in peace.
petition going around saying that they do not want Madonna to pay tribute to Prince at the
Okay.
Billboard Awards. Who do you think would be like the best artist to perform and pay tribute to Prince?
Well, I think that every blue moon you have a phenomenon that no matter who performs it, it's not actually going to be the same. Like nobody can do Prince
Right.
like Prince, So let me say that to begin with. But personally, I think that I have no quarrel with Madonna, doing a tribute to Prince. I think that they both controversial. They both are amazing artists, and they're very exciting to watch. And I'm not really an anti-Madonna person. I don't think it's so much a black
It has
and white
nothing to do.
thing or nothing like that, or a woman-man thing. So I think whatever they come up with, as long as they know that they got to come with it,
Right.
I'll be cool.
You're a real artist, man. You ain't gonna say none of them names.
Nah, that ain't for me. Nah, let me just
I
stay over
love
here
him.
and keep it cool. You
ATL all day. They got a real Atlanta, one in the studio today. He sing and he cute.
I will
but
tell you
already
this:
know.
out of all the artists that I've worked with, one of my favorite to work with is by far Bruno Mars.
Okay.
And that's because he's a kind of an impresario himself. He plays all the instruments. He is a great songwriter, and he's got a great voice. So I think that, and he understands the importance of performing.
All right.
He don't just get up there and just walk around and whatever. He
He
get
gonna
up
give
there and
it to you.
He gonna give you what he got. So
I think he been training since he was like 4 years old. I think I see the clip of him.
Yeah, he's the truth. So I think that would be interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, Lloyd.
You're welcome.
Oh man. Well, I know You've been gone for a while. What else has been going in Lloyd's life? Everybody wants to know if you have like a woman
Well, you know, I've been,
that you're
you know, I'm at the
dating.
place where I've been contemplating a lot of
We
things. You know,
always
having a family
want to know.
and being married, and you know,
You getting older
fell
a
in
little bit.
love, and you know, me and
Got your
little
little
bug.
niecey poo.
Yeah, she stuck to my hip, man. Me and her, we just came from the beach, spending time, man. And I won't lie, that was probably the least anxiety I feel in life is
Okay.
when I'm doing stuff like that. So I just know that, you know, just like most human beings, I just kind of been, you know, traveling. I've been on a journey, but it's been more so than the outer journey than the inner journey, you know, and you know, stopped eating meat 6 years ago.
I
So I'm
was
on my
about to
I'm on my
ask you about
vegetarian
that.
vegan kick. I
So
go back and
you've really
forth.
been sticking
No,
with
I'm
it.
real deal with it, man. I be
Oh,
doing yoga
wow.
and Bikram yoga and taking my mama to yoga and you know, just kind of stuff like that. And every few months somebody will call the line, call the bat line and say, "Hey man, we need you, man. Like, do you still do music? Well, I want to send you something." And it'll be a Childish Gambino or it'll be Jacquees, you know, with just some crazy music and I'll do it.
Because they hear a song and all they can hear is you on it.
Right.
Right.
Or they'll call and say, "Hey, man, like you was there when I was growing up to give me what I needed, you know, to get through or to express myself. So I would be honored if you come do it." And I just kind of been doing that, you know, just sticking and moving, coming in and out.